engagement there, we organized a media and digital literacy training for civil society organizations. And we hosted that because CSOs, they are the first point of contact when you go in communities. So our approach was, how can we empower these people with media and digital literacy skills so that they can pass the information on to those in the community? So we did that. We brought in over 20 civil society organization members at the Kakata Intellectual Forum in Kakata. And we passed on media and digital literacy skills to them. Okay. This is how we started 2025. After that, we organized a training for marketeers, media and digital literacy training for marketeers, because you will agree with me, Edwin, that these people, they are the target for criminals. Criminals target them. People want to steal from them. They are victims of digital fraud. So we are saying that false information too can make you lose money. You remember in 2023, there was this smart AI. That came, and many people got affected.
Yes,
people
definitely.
Lost their money. And that frustrated a lot of people who were in bombing, carrying out an engagement before the elections. Many people expressed their concern to me. So it was not just Monserrato. Even though we saw people here in Monserrato complaining, but also in bombing county too, people were affected. So for us, we said we cannot allow this to keep, going on and going on and going on and keep recurring and recurring. In order to prevent the recurrence of this, we decided to target marketeers now.
Okay.
So we brought in marketeers from Firma Market and 12th Street Market. So we brought them together and we passed on media and digital literacy skills to them. We taught them how to verify links, how to verify images, how to verify online information using digital tools such as Google reverse image search, TinEye, ScanDoc, and others. Besides that, and let me also inform you that that training has enhanced marketeers' skills in countering false information, information that wants to defraud them. So what we also did was we brought in people with disabilities at that training because people with disabilities are doing small businesses around. So they are extremely vulnerable to false information. So we say most of our engagement would not leave them out. We will involve them. So we brought them into, and those persons with disabilities will now go on to empower others with the essential skills in media and digital literacy. What we've also done is the training for translators, language translators. False information is not only in English.
Okay.
False information.
Yeah.
However, those people who don't understand English. So our approach is we decided now we reach out to Lectralo. Lectralo accepted to partner with us. So we reached out to Lectralo and we're able to bring together over 20 Liberian language translators. We train them on how they themselves can verify information and how they can spread the information to other communities that don't understand English. So they, also did. We had a short message in English and we allowed them to translate that message regarding false information into other Liberian languages. That's what we did. So that was an exercise.
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years now we're going forward. In 3 years time, tell us some of maybe some of your biggest achievement or initiative in this campaign.
There are many. Let's start in 2024. In early 2024, the U.S. Embassy in Liberia, in Monrovia, recognized our institution as one of the organizations championing protecting the information integrity landscape in Liberia. That one was in 2024. The U.S. Embassy recognized our organization, Campaigners Against Misinformation and Disinformation, as one of the organizations protecting the integrity of the information landscape. Besides, we have also got local and international attention. So, in 2023, right after the first round of our elections, campaigners against misinformation and disinformation was represented at the Digital Revolution Conference in Lusaka, Zambia. We were selected and represented campaigners against misinformation and disinformation to attend that conference. That conference brought together thought leaders, influencers, content creators, media and information literacy professionals together to talk about emerging digital threats such as artificial intelligence, misinformation, disinformation. And that gathering also gave me the opportunity to network with other professionals, finding ways in how we all can combat false information, sharing our own approach with them, listening to their own approach, and then seeing how we can adjust it so that it fits the Liberian context. Besides, just recently, I came back from Cape Verde. I attended the Conference on Information Integrity in West Africa and the Sahel. We are grateful to UNESCO and CFImedias, the French Media and Development Agency, for the opportunity. They sponsored us and they launched us in Cape Verde. That conference, the Conference on Information Integrity in West Africa and the Sahel, it was a very big conference. It was a UNESCO conference, and UNESCO, in collaboration with the Government of Cabo Verde, and with support from partners, organized the conference. Now, what I want to talk about is the outcomes of the conference. Now, the conference, at the end of the conference, the ministers adopted the module policy of information integrity in West Africa and the Sahel, and the stakeholders adopted the action plan. The action plan is for 10 years. It runs from 2026 to 2036. Now, why is this module policy for information integrity important? You know why it's important? It's important because if you look at the region, the West African region and the Sahel, there is just fragmented approach in information integrity. Some countries have FOI law, like Liberia also has an FOI law, and then they have cyber laws. Nigeria, Sierra Leone also have cyber laws. So there are just fragmented approaches in information regarding information integrity. So one of the reasons this conference was held was to have a policy or something that can guide, how we approach information integrity in West Africa and the Sahel. This is why this conference was held. And the adopted module policy for information integrity in West Africa and the Sahel was adopted. Our country, Liberia, is one of the countries that adopted the module policy for information integrity in West Africa and the Sahel. And we are happy to announce this. Now, what I also want to stress here, Asu, is that now that we have this module policy, you know what the government of Liberia needs to do now? The government of Liberia needs to work along with stakeholders, such as campaigners against misinformation and disinformation and others, to craft Liberia National Information Integrity Policy. So this policy we already have that was adopted at the conference is an adopted module policy.
Okay.
But they are not imposing this on all of the countries.
Okay.
They are saying use this policy to craft your own policy and other regulations and laws. So at campaigners against misinformation and disinformation, we are committed to work along with the government, along with fact checkers and other stakeholders, people with disabilities, to craft Liberia National Information Integrity Policy. This is what we have committed to do. And let me also inform you that in the policy, there are core principles for information integrity in the adopted module policy for information integrity. The first one is societal trust and resilience. We have been doing that. Campaigners against misinformation and disinformation have been doing that before the adoption of this adopted module policy. We have been organizing media and digital literacy trainings, improving community resilience to false information. Besides, another core principle is public empowerment. We've also been doing that, bringing in different groups, being inclusive, bringing in people with disability. Besides, we've also done linguistic inclusion. Is also in the policy, in the adopted policy. I told you that we brought language translators to the table, people from Nimba, those who speak Loma, those who speak Kiwi, other languages. We brought them, train them so that they now can go to their communities and tell the people about the danger of false information in their own language.
With all said here, Mr. Johnson, it seems to be like this campaign it's really drawing attention
It is.
both internationally and locally.
It
Even
is.
though you attend this conference just across Africa, it's like it's drawing attention. And what are some of maybe a strategy being put in place now? This information, especially convincing someone and getting things, fast tracking information before getting it out. What are some of the things that you guys putting in place?
So right now, we want to focus our attention on artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
AI is a major problem now
Mhm.
because artificial intelligence now is making false information to appear real. And when you see something on the internet, no, most of the time, you not see somebody somebody video there, you see our former president dancing, now he boxing. So now all of them are thinking AI went there. But most people don't know what are the AI content and I know how to distinguish real video from fake video. So our attention now, we want to focus our attention to, organizing trainings on artificial intelligence because artificial intelligence is now contributing to the spread of false information. People are now manipulating information. You will see on the internet, you will see Ansu picture, somebody will take out Ansu head and put my head there. You see, they say that Ansu, but I'm not Ansu because it changed. Easy. You're do all of that, manipulating information, fabricating information. So for us, we gotta be ahead of them. This is what we're going to do.
Okay.
So, what's the disadvantage and in this whole misinformation and disinformation campaign? Because it's something like it's a further in need of continuing process. Because you go today all over, including on Facebook, especially to me, I think that Facebook have been the source of more misinformation and that of disinformation because people they just come out on the internet and they post what they want to post. What would be your own recommendation to the government in terms of curtailing these false information being posted on social media?
Thank you, Edwin. So let me just say our major challenge we have in the work group. When the false information is spread, it reaches a lot of people. But when the right information is provided, it doesn't reach all those people who saw the false information.
Yes, definitely.
So all the people that carry the false information they saw, they believe it already, right? So that the challenge we have. So what we're doing now? Our organization, we say, since this is our challenge, our major challenge, we need to empower the public themselves, empower people themselves. So that when you see an image, you can take responsibility to say, okay, let me use Google reverse image search to verify this image. And you understand, when you see a link, you say, let me use CAMDL to authenticate this link to know whether it's a real link or it's a fake link or it's meant to deceive me. So this is what we are doing, teaching people digital tools such as CAMDL, Google reverse image search, Team I, so that they themselves can take responsibility of slowing or preventing the spread of false information. Because if citizens are empowered themselves, we'll not just see the proliferation of false information around. Because if someone sees an image, the first thing that comes to mind will not be to share. Most people have the tendency when they see an information that makes them feel happy, sad, anxious, or angry, they want to share it right away. They don't want to waste time. So we are saying, people, if you come across that information, make sure you verify, make sure the information is correct. How do you do it? Make sure you consult at most three reliable and credible sources. Make sure you consult expert reports. Ask further questions. Do small investigations, small research on it. Don't just rush with the information. Don't be in rush to share the information because nobody gave you any money or price to share it. Anybody can give anybody money to share information on social media like that. I don't know what is happening, but maybe like the influence on it. And you see, the influence on it, focusing on incentives. Most of them don't care whether the information is correct or not correct. All they know, when I post it here, I should get something in return. Whether that's true, they're not true. I don't care. People will engage with my page. I'm gonna get more followers.
They did that digital likes and comments.
Engagement. So we are saying the combating misinformation and disinformation should not be because you want to get something in return. It should be for the public good. Because if you prevent the spread of false information, you protect the peace, you protect our democracy, you protect our rule of law. And let me also come back to this model policy because it's very important. This model policy is informing the government of Liberia that when you are crafting laws or regulations or policies, your own policy, it should be based on inclusivity, on human rights, on accountability, and transparency. Yeah. So don't leave all the things out and create, but you should use this adaptive model policy to craft your own policy. Yeah. So that while we as civil society, we are here to collaborate with the government to remind the government regarding this adaptive model policy for information integrity in West Africa and the Sahel.
Do we see it? Do you see it as something that maybe someone will say damaging our system in terms of misinformation?
Misinformation? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's affecting us in Liberia because you remember even before the elections, even after the elections, before the election we had many AI generated content, all kinds of fabricated stories around. You know what that does? It undermines the democratic process in the country. You know what it also does? It creates voter apathy. People can say, but there's no need. Once people start having doubt regarding election results and all that kind of thing, they won't vote again. People will say, there's no need for me to go vote. So you see what misinformation and disinformation can do? And so it affects everything. It affects our trust. It affects public trust in institutions. It affects our education, our health. You can name it. So this is why we are into this. Regardless, we don't have the logistical means to do our work. But you know what we have? We have to drive.
Okay.
Drive is what has been carrying us on for all of these years, 3 years. And let me also say this to you. 3 years in Operation Anshu is a milestone. We've observed many NGOs in Liberia that don't have any support. They don't even survive 1 year. For us, we have not had any grant, but we are still continuing our work. We are grateful to the National Democratic Institute for giving us a donation. They gave us new computers and office furniture. That has enhanced.
Do you have an established office?
Yeah. We do. We're not far from you, and so we are right on SKD Boulevard, Swankamore Community.
Okay.
Right there. That's where we are. We look forward to seeing you someday.
Let's pick up a few calls quickly so the guys can talk to Taweh Johnson. He is the executive director of Mixed Information, and this information is sharing information with us this morning. So if you want to ask a question or to participate, you call us on 0776 9274 72 0776 9274 72. Mixed information and disinformation. So we talk about AI. That's the real and real one in which you press on. The AI on the internet, yeah, people will force into trouble mode because someone will be misinformed and that AI thing is news on someone. You leave your house area, run to some other place. Because serious problem.
Yeah.
So the issue of the AI, and I think you guys really need to be strong on it. 0776 9274 72 is as text message. You can use it to a text me if you want to. If you're gonna get through the line. Oh my God. Okay, so this text just coming in. I'm texting you from Doro. This is Amara. I'm gonna come out. I'm texting you. Thanks to the guy there in studio. How can one do a part in his contact? Okay. I don't know. Taweh will tell you. 0776 9274 72. Do you want to address address Kimmy?
Oh yeah.
How
So
can one be a part? It's a volunteer.
yeah, of course. So all of us, including me, are volunteers. So
I'm not saying volunteers don't volunteers.
Of course. Yes. So we are all volunteers. So what you can do is to go on our website. It's www.camdl.org.
www.camdl.org. the
O-R-G.
O-R-G.
When you go there, they will tell you, they will give you instructions,
Okay.
and then you can send in your interest, on volunteering with us,
Yeah.
there. Because
Yeah.
perhaps you might be living far and we don't want you to, be inconvenienced. So you can send us your interest, go on the website, fill in the form, and we'll receive the form and we'll get back to you. Yes.
0776927472. The number for you to call and text on this morning is 0776. Taweh Johnson is the executive director for the campaign against disinformation and misinformation. What is planning? Is any trip ahead? Is anything planning since the recent initiative or the recent trip? What is ahead from the team?
What is ahead is to enlighten the public regarding this adopted model policy on information integrity for West Africa and the Sahel, because most Liberians don't know about this, and also the action plan. The action plan serves as the roadmap for the implementation of the adopted policy for information integrity in West Africa and the Sahel. We are also planning on other trainings targeting different groups in society. But what we'll also focus on will be enlightening the public on this adopted model policy.
Let me read the text, Eric. Good morning, Ansel. Good morning to the guests. This initiative is good. It needs more awareness. How prepared? Can you ask the guests how prepared is he in terms of more awareness? This initiative good. This is from Summer Bay.
Yeah, so
more awareness. It's a good initiative.
It needs awareness. This is why, of course, but all the thing that requires logistical support. And we don't have that. So what we've been able to do over the period is to use our own meager resources.
Okay.
In 3 years, we have footprints in 3 counties without grant. We have footprints in Monserrado, we have footprints in Bombing, we have footprints in Magili. No grant. What does this tell you, Ansu? When we have the logistical means or empowerment to do this, by now we have covered the entire country. So look forward. We are kindly appealing to our partners to facilitate and complement our work. We look forward to that. This is important. Misinformation, disinformation, we cannot joke with it. We have to start engaging and empowering the public on how they can take responsibility to verify information. Now, what can be done also to foster this is to include media and digital literacy in our curriculum. Most of the children now, the students, they have smartphones. Most of them have multiple social media accounts. Some people get more than 5. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp. Every day they are bombarded with information. So when you include that in the curriculum, they start to learn from that beginning, and then they can become responsible promoters of reliable and credible information. They will not just share any content like that. They will become more, aware of the danger of false information. Yeah, so we have to do that.
Great.
To the curriculum.
Great, Howard. 30 seconds, maybe your contact. How can people reach out to you for more information on the campaign? You guys are carrying on the contact, location of office, and your party comment.
Thank you again, Ansu, for this opportunity. And let me thank the management of Truth FM for allowing us to come. Now, we are on SKD Boulevard, Swankamo Community, Block B. That's where we are. We have our office there. If you are interested in volunteering, kindly go on our website, www.camdl.org, and fill in the form. If you want to call us, you are calling to make inquiries. You are not calling to express to say, okay, I want to be volunteer. Then we just say, okay. We need the information from you. So we asking you to kindly fill in the form on the website, and we'll receive the form. When we receive the form, we'll get back to you. Here is our contact number. Our contact number is 0555 433 134. 0555 433 134. And here's my parting comment. Please, my people, The thing they call information is very powerful. When somebody get information, you can believe how they will behave or how they will react. Please know that even though you have the right to post information or to share information, but you also have the responsibility to make sure that whatever you post is truthful, is accurate, is reliable, is credible. Please. So please do your due diligence. Please make sure the information you are sharing on social media, the information is factual. Please consult at most 3 credible sources, reliable and credible news outlets, radio stations, newspapers, expert reports, to make sure that what you're coming pour out is the correct information. Because you will not believe anything you post now, the thing will do in the country. You can't really believe. Yeah, so please, let's all do that. Thank you.
Great. Taweh Johnson, Executive Director, the campaigners against misinformation and disinformation this morning, providing information here on an initiative. Carry on, so you can be in full contact with him. He announced his number and also the location for the office. You also listen. You can pay a visit. Stop there. Be a part of this campaign. Thanks so much to Taweh for honoring our invitation this morning. And coming on to talk to our people. Folks, thanks to the entire team. Thanks to our production team.